Okay, sir. I will pin you, sir.
May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. Be blessed by the divine. குருவழியாய குணங்களில் நின்று கருவழியாய கணக்கை அறுக்க வருமொழி வளமாக அறிவு அறிந்து அன்பு வழி அருளும் குருவே அடி பணிக்கின்றேன். குரு வாழ்க, குருவே துணை. Salutations to my Guru. Good morning to every one of you. Nice to see all of you. Some gap of 2 months, I think. Lessons in life will be repeated until they are learned. This is told by a great scholar. That means unless I learn the right lesson from my situations, the situations will continue to give pain to me. Wisdom is to know the truth, to live our life so blissfully. So unless I know the truth, I will be in a problem. Wisdom is not a product of schooling or college education, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. This is told by the great scientist Albert Einstein. So we can't get wisdom through any education or schooling or college, but we have to lifelong attempt, he says. So until our final period, we may have to, learn it and get that wisdom. How can we do it? That is a core subject of today's topic. We don't receive wisdom. We must discover it for ourselves. How to discover it ourselves? So that's another thing. Unless we know in depth about wisdom, we will not know how to discover it ourselves for the wisdom. Life's lessons are building blocks of wisdom. So every day from morning to night, whatever situations I am going through, whoever people I am associated with, and whatever quality they are, all those are created by the divinity for me to discover the wisdom. Otherwise, situations will keep continuing. That also we discussed. Now, though there are many explanations about wisdom, many quotations, sayings by great scholars, we can look into wisdom in different dimension. Maharishi also has talked about wisdom in many poems in different, if you look into a different dimension. I may be like a father to my kids, and if I see to my father, I am a kid. To my wife, I am a husband. So I play a multiple role. Similarly, the wisdom from different dimension, when somebody looks at everything, it looks little bit different, sometimes conflicting with each other as well. So let us try to understand in depth so that we try to discover it ourselves through our life's situations. Now, realizing the truth in our thoughts, words, and actions, and our feelings, that is called wisdom. So to know that, not only to know the truth, to realize the truth which should be in my blood, in my thoughts, feelings, words, and whatever actions I am doing it. So how can we discover it? I want to just share two quotations which is given by a great scholar. When I read it, looks stupid to me. That means that statement doesn't look correct, because the moment you come to Vedatriyam, you go in depth in understanding everything. With that understanding, you read any books or any even scientific concept, you will be easily understanding the essence of it actually. So that was my first impression. And then when I just give some more thoughts about it, all the great realized scholars were telling the truth, but in different angles, different dimensions. So it need not be, it is not wrong. what I have experienced from different scholars, statements or teachings, and things like that. Now, let me quote only two, just for us to get the clarity about wisdom. Number one, that scholar says, is a famous writer. He says that getting is not wisdom. After losing one by one, the remaining is the wisdom. So, what he says, I acquire manager position or house or money or husband or as a father promotion or name and fame, whatever you get, that is not wisdom. The moment you start losing one by one, at the end, what is remaining after losing everything, that is called wisdom. This is told by a great scholar. My first doubt which I came into my mind, I got into my mind is this true first? How can he say like that? After losing everything, what is remaining is the wisdom. And even if it is true, is it practically to follow that wisdom? Okay, let me lose everything. At the end, let me see what it is. Oh, now only I will get wisdom. Doesn't look like, not only true, even practically impossible. Because after losing everything, for example, the people who are in elderly home, nobody is there to keep them entire home, so they left it to an elderly home, and they lost almost everything except maybe some dresses and some friends there and things like that. Are they realizing the truth? Means they are in wisdom, they get the wisdom? No, not at all. We can't say all, right? So whether is this right or wrong, and if right, how can we follow practically? So it's a question mark, right? But I have taken this example not to prove that he is wrong, he is right. It is a lack of our understanding the depth of his statement. So keep this in mind. What the scholar says is also right, but for us, still at the base, losing everything, why I should leave then if I lose everything? Well, I don't need that wisdom, right? Like that we think, but let's understand one by one. And if I understand Vedatriyam and if I apply Vedatriyam, even I can make a statement as below. Purely, it's my understanding, okay, not said by Maharishi, but you will accept that Maharishi has said in many ways. He says that after losing everything, what is remaining is wisdom. As per Vedatriyam understanding, losing is not wisdom. Accepting the losses is wisdom. Because Maharishi says you have to accept what is happening. When I try to find out, accepting everything is wisdom. And if somebody is telling me, sir, please help me to do this job, I will pay you a bribe of 2 lakhs rupees. Can I accept it? No, I should not accept it because outside the morality of my duties, right? So I can't accept. So accepting everything is also wrong. My wife prepared a very nice meal for me, which I liked it. And it's so good. I should accept it. I can't reject everything also. She made it because whatever I liked it, she put there and she spent 3-4 hours to make that happen because I was in Japan for 1 week and I am longing for our regular food. So she made it ready as soon as I came from flight. It's ready at home. Now I can't reject it. I have to accept it. So here also acceptance is there. What Maharishi says, accepting everything or accepting the good ones, what it is. And Maharishi has clarified in a couple of poems. Whoever is giving you the pain, accept it. Simple. That whether you accept the bribe or not, whether you accept the meal or not, you use your intelligence. But never use your intelligence to accept if somebody is giving you pain. This is what Maharishi's concept is. So whoever is giving you the pain, without using my knowledge, without using my intellect, without doing any calculation, I have done so much of good to him, and that fellow has insulted me like that. Sorry, I should not apply any intelligence. I have to accept what the pain he is giving it. This is one understanding. So that scholar said, losing everything, then remaining is wisdom. He says, no, 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 no. You have to accept it, right? So let's try to compare it and see how we are going to enlighten our consciousness towards the wisdom. Now, the second statement, another scholar says, when mind functions, pleasure and pain are born. If mind is functioning, I feel pain or I feel happy. Even when I am sleeping, the moment I see here a snake, I, I feel pain. Oh my God, I have to run away from here. So, because mind is functioning. When I am sleeping, even if a snake sleeps on my stomach, I don't feel the pain because mind is not functioning. So, that scholar's quotation is, when mind functions, pleasure and pain are born. When mind is inactive, when mind is not functioning, wisdom is born. The first scholar said, after losing everything, wisdom is there. This guy says, if your mind is not functioning, inactive, then wisdom is born. Okay, when we sleep, mind is not functioning, but we don't get our wisdom. Forget about that. But in samadhi state, that's what our purpose is. They say samadhi state, become equal with the divinity, the state of being equal with the divinity. When you are in samadhi state, you get wisdom, according to this statement. Or another statement, where another situation where mind is not at all functioning, is coma. That means his brain is not functioning, dead, and mind is dead, nothing is functioning. But if somebody who is in hospital in coma, will he get the wisdom? No, that also ruled out. So he may be trying to tell that we have to keep in a samadhi state all the time, then only we will get wisdom. That is what his statement says. Now, Maharishi, sorry, my wife is calling me. Please come, please come. She is in kitchen. She is calling me. No, no, no. I want to know the wisdom. I want to have a blissful life. Let me keep my mind inactive. Can I live like that? No way. Is it true? We have to think whether the statement what he says, if the mind is dead, yes, you get wisdom. Can I live without activity of any mind? It is impossible. But if my mind is dead and if I get wisdom, I don't need to live in this world, right? So that is also practically not possible, and looks like truth also. Whether really true or not, I have a doubt. So here also, if I apply Vedatriyam, I can modify this statement with our understanding about that statement. Okay, because that statement is also in fact right. We need to understand the depth of it, right? Now, losing everything is not wisdom. Okay, that we have seen. Accepting the losses is wisdom. That the first part we have seen it. This it says, uh, going away from this worldly life is not wisdom. That means if my mind is functioning, I am seeing a snake, I get upset. That is not wisdom, according to that scholar. According to Vedatriyam, going away from the worldly life is not wisdom. Joining them is wisdom. Of course, this is not exact words of Maharishi. Based on Maharishi's teaching, what I understood, I try to change that quotation like this. Going away from materialistic world. Oh, no, no, no. I want to keep my mind inactive. I don't. If my mind is functioning, I get pain. I get pleasure. No, 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 no. No, that is not wisdom. Joining is wisdom. Maharishi has confirmed this statement in many poems, that there is no two. Advaita. That is the principle he follows. Advaita is only one. Everything is one. My wife and myself, everything is one. Even if my wife is shouting at me, insulting me in front of 100 people, I can't go against her. I can't leave away from there. I have to join her in what she's telling is right. That is what joining them, merging them, because she is also another manifestation of divinity, that we also know it. So going away is different, because just because I have to keep my mind inactive is going away. No, so that is also not possible. I have to live in this world with wisdom. That is the purpose of our life. So now let's come to Maharishi's one poem, where the last two line, where he says that he defines the wisdom, and that is the main core uh, concept I want to share with you. That line is this. I translated it with my loose English capability. Okay. So that says that integrated realization of all three, which is appearance, life force, absolute space, as one is wisdom. Integration of appearance, life force, absolute space as one is wisdom. That means, first of all, we have three components. One is the appearance, physical body, or any appearance, appearance or physical body. And the second is the life force. Only because of life force that object is becoming a living organism because it is now moving. So living. So life force, which is the energy within that appearance, within that physical body. And the third is the absolute space. We know it is divinity. That absolute space is the one which gets transformed into Akash particle, and the combination of Akash particle is Panchabhutas, and Panchabhutas are all inanimate object, all appearances. And in that, if at a particular holistic composition of proportion of Panchabhutas, living things created there, that we call that as a life force. So what Maharishi says, all as one, that means the absolute space is the one from which appearance formed, from which life force is also formed. So that statement is very clear to us because it is all three are the result of self transformation of absolute space, which is the divinity. So we can understand it. But the problem to get wisdom, you have to integrate all three as one: appearance, life force, absolute space. How can I integrate all three in my day to day activities when I am interacting with the worldly things and use my wisdom to live my life blissfully? How can I do it? I will just share one simple practical example. Husband and wife went to a vegetable shop, and ladies fingers, it's there in a big thing, and they have given a small utensil to pick the right ones to put it in that basket, and they will weigh it, and then you have to pay for it, right? So wife is taking good ladies, the lady's finger, you have to fold the tip. If it bends and crack it, that means it's young, young one, not a matured one which we can't eat it, right? So the good ones are the tip. We have to press it and see, fold it, whether it break it or not. We all know that, right? So the wife started taking, identifying the good ones and putting it to the basket. He said, why are you standing? Take the good ones to put it to the basket so that we can finish it off quickly. Oh, okay, fine. And he put he identified a couple of ladies that vegetable, and then put it in the basket. She saw it. Oh, she took it. She checked it. Oh, it's not good. Choose the right one. Put it outside. What the two things? Two, he took it. Both she put it outside, and he kept taking some other after checking it, and she was rejecting it. After 6, 7 times, this fellow thought that it is no use because whatever I choose, he is rejecting it. And when his wife is checking that other lady's finger to checking it without her knowledge, he took it from that basket where she put already the chosen ones, good ones, right? She took it and in front of her, and she is giving that to the basket. And oh no, it's not good. Actually, in fact, she chose it just because she doesn't know. He took it from her choices, and as if he selected, he is putting it to the basket, and she identified, no, it's not good. And not one, he take from her choice of that lady's finger, as if he took it from that entire basket and putting it to her basket, and she is rejecting it. This is the situation. Now, of course, whoever is there, they will feel insulted. They will try to prove it to her that, hey, I took it from what you chose and you are rejecting it. What is it? Are you crack or what? What do you want really? You want to reject whatever I am doing it, or really you want to pick up the right ones? If that is the case, you chose, I gave it, and you are rejecting it just because I took it. All that shouting, our emotions, everything burst, all that will come, right? If somebody wanted to discover the wisdom from that situation, how should he approach that? What Maharishi says, three things. Appearance. Now, what the appearance here, it means lady's finger is one and wife is another one. And the life force, the lady's finger had life force, still life force is inside, otherwise it is dead, still it is alive. That is why we are trying to take it and cook it and eat it. So some life force is there. Forget about that. That's not the main thing, because he is upset with his wife for rejecting all his choices. Now there is a life force in his wife's body as well. And then the absolute space is everywhere there. It is within her, it is within the lady's finger, it is within me also. Now, how can I integrate my wife as a physical body and her life force and the absolute space within her? Or let me take it like that. Let me take into my side. I have a physical body, the appearance. I have a life force within me, and I have absolute space within me also. So, to discover wisdom in this situation, one, what is happening within me, I have to find the wisdom. Now, what is happening outside in her, I have to find the wisdom. So, in both the sides, if I discover it, then I am going to live a blissful life. No confusion here, nothing wrong, nothing will go wrong here. So, I need to understand, I need to discover how can I integrate appearance, life force, and absolute space in these three, in this particular instance. Obviously, when I read that poem, I couldn't understand. I don't know how to integrate these three. Maybe if anybody has any opinion, how can I integrate all the three? Please share it. I'll wait for a few seconds. Those who learned my Tamil lecture last Friday, you please don't share it. Others, just think about it. This is what Maharishi says. Wisdom is nothing but the realization of integration of appearance, life force, absolute space as one. That's it. That is called wisdom. So, in this particular situation, how can I discover wisdom? Anyone has any thoughts? Okay, no worries. It is little bit difficult to integrate all the three. And Maharishi knows it. That is why he has written another 6 lines explaining that. In fact, he first explained this and then he arrived to the last 2 lines, the definition of wisdom, integration of all the three as one, right? Now, what he says in the first place, uh, the appearance, the physical body is something like a taxi, right? The physical body is like a taxi, because with that physical body only I move around, right? So the taxi is driven by the driver, taxi driver. Similarly, the entire physical body, if it is a living organism, mind is there. The mind is there. Because of the mind only, what he says, mind is the energy within the physical body that created this physical body, that is the one capable to destroy the physical body, but that doesn't sit in one place, always it moves around. This all he defined in those 2 lines. Okay, so that is the energy with the speed, which is the reason for creation, which is the reason for destroying, and which is also moving here and there, wandering here and there, not studying, not stable in one place. That mind is the main energy which is driving the physical body. Not only driving, maintaining, operating is a physical body. So what Maharishi says, integration of three, the first one is the appearance. We have to see the appearance is nothing but the mind which drives that physical body. So now we have to integrate mind along with the appearance. The second one, he says life force. Now, here we need to understand, everybody from morning to night, let's try to understand what is mind and what is intelligence, or consciousness, or intelligent, or intellect, or buddhi. So there is some difference, right? Here he defines that. What he defines is, the mind is the one which feels, We know that mind, thought is also a function of mind. But what you are thinking, what decision you are taking, we call that as a buddhi, right? Mind also takes a decision. We will have a clarity now. So what he defines here, consciousness, intelligence, our buddhi, where is their office? Where it sits? Why my buddhi went like that? Actually, I had a I had one incident, and I don't know why I did like that. Uh, Nothing serious. Somebody sent me a very bad sent us one message, which is not a good news. So she mentioned that, and then I told that, oh, so sorry for it, and things like that. And I asked, uh, can I have your number to call you? Something like that. Okay. Now, what I could have done it is, I didn't get the number back. So I didn't call for maybe 2 weeks, something like that, or 10 days. Now he is upset for that. He expects that I should have called. I should have talked to them. Of course, I asked, can I talk to you? What is your number? Of course, that guy is having Australian number, and I don't know the India number. And what he expects that I should have contacted his friends, and some are known friends to me as well, and get the number and spoken to them. That was his expectation. Now, why I didn't? Okay, I was waiting for his number. In fact, I asked you, can I talk to you now? That means he is very busy now. So let me call after 2 days. Something like that. I thought he left it, which is wrong, right? So now, one second, something is popping up. So now, my consciousness, why I did like that? The office of consciousness, or the office of my buddhi, where is it? It is in the life force particle. Every energy particle within me, millions and millions of Akash particles are circulating throughout the body. That millions of circulation of Akash particle is called as life force. And every life force particle, there is a consciousness at the center. The collectively, that is how I behave. That is what my attitude is. That is what my decision is going to be. So whatever imprints there in my life force, consciousness is nothing but the extension of life force. So whatever decision I take, whatever thinking I do it, it is based on the imprints in that life force particle. So what Maharishi says, the physical body appearance you consider as a mind. The life force, the seat of consciousness is the life force. So you have to consider as consciousness or your intellect or your buddhi. So now the integration of all three, number one is a mind, number two is a consciousness, or you can call it as a buddhi, because the consciousness is not that pure consciousness, it is a limited consciousness or fractional consciousness, because I inherited something in the process. So you can call that as a consciousness or buddhi or my intellect. And the third is the absolute space, that is nothing but the divinity in everything, in everywhere, right? So the third one is the divinity. So now Maharishi explains, wisdom is nothing but realization of mind, consciousness, divinity as one. The divinity is functioning as consciousness and the divinity is functioning as the mind. Then what is the difference between mind and consciousness? That is the difference. There is a fine difference, and Maharishi make it very clear what exactly the difference is. What he says is that he little bit means mind is the main function of mind is the feelings. Whatever we feel, mind. While I am talking, if there is an ant on my left toe, I can feel it without seeing it. So feeling is a function of mind. All my pain, pleasure, peace, bliss, everything is felt by mind. So the function of mind is, the strong function of mind is feeling. Of course, the thought is also a function of mind. But here You are taking a decision, you are thinking too much about something, whether it is good or bad, right or wrong, all those thinking faculty is consciousness, right? This is a common understanding, we can have it. But the real difference between the mind and consciousness is this, according to Maharishi. The mind, which is the taxi driver, the mind is functioning by keeping a boundary that is nothing but the physical body is the boundary of mind. Anything mind does based on the physical body is mind. The consciousness can go beyond the physical body level, beyond the function of the feelings, then it is called as consciousness. So consciousness can go beyond mind. And in fact, mind and consciousness are same, but it is given two different names based on the functionality. If I work inside this home, I am the leader of the family. The moment I go to the office, I am the general manager there. The moment I come to center, I am a sky professor. Similarly, if the mind operates with the boundary of the physical body as its boundary, then it is called as mind. Yeah, and if it works within the boundary of the physical body, all emotions only will drive the mind. I don't like she saying that this lady's finger is not good. Rejected. Sorry, I feel pain. The moment I see something, snake, I feel pain because I see my physical body as my main core thing, and this body will be in a problem, so I have a problem. Once again, okay, let me make it clear again, one more time. What is the difference between mind and consciousness? Both are biomagnetic wave, and we know that mind has two functions, thinking and feeling. We know thinking and feeling. Feeling, it is very clear. Only mind can feel everything, either pleasure or pain or peace or ecstasy. All the four feelings, only mind can feel. If I am sleeping it, I will not know anything because mind is sleeping. So I don't know even a snake is on top of it, whether I feel nothing. I will not know. So feeling is mind, right? And the feeling comes as long as the mind working within this physical body. If I take the mind on something else, that means I'm watching a cricket. Now my mind is totally immersed in that cricket match. Even if somebody is putting a needle on my hand, I may not even know whether the blood is coming out also because I'm fully immersed there. Mind is not within the body. See, all these great sages, they can go out of the body, right? So if my mind can go beyond the physical body, it is not called as mind, it is called as consciousness. Mind can function only within the physical body. Consciousness can go beyond the physical body, so it is called consciousness. So I hope it is clear. Now Maharishi says you have to integrate the body, integrate with the consciousness, and integrate the divinity, all three as one. Divinity is functioning as mind also, divinity is functioning as consciousness also. Now integrate all three. If you can realize that it all three as one, then I discover the wisdom there. As simple as that. Now let's go step by step. Do we do I completely realize, first of all, that the integration between body and life force, or the mind and consciousness, the first two? Keep the third for some more time. First, let me clear yourself. How can I integrate it? First, how can I realize individually? Right? So, do I realize about the physical body 100%? Do I realize the life force within me 100%? If I realize 100% here, 100% there, now there is a possibility for me to explore, to integrate both two as one. Correct. So, are we successful in realizing the physical body and the life force 100%. We know the fullest potential. If we ask that question, we have a problem. Really, we have a problem because now let me tell you. It's a teacup cup. Now, simple question. I have 5 cups there at my home. I want tea. Now, the cup is important or the inside tea is important? Obviously, tea is important. But if there are 5 cups and one cup doesn't, this cup is actually, if you put a hot water, you will see the Maharishi's family here. I think you can see that, right? And if there are 5 cups, only one is like that. And whenever I go there, I take this cup and I take hot water inside and I put the tea back there and I take it if I need it, because I didn't take the breakfast and I felt hungry there when I was in the center. So I thought I have to take something. So I took it before starting the session. Now, the cup is important or the tea is important? Tea is important. Similarly, the physical body is important or the life force which is inside is important? The mind is important or the consciousness is important? All three, we have to just compare it. Now, the physical body is important or the life force is important? The life force, the soul, has taken the physical body for rental purpose, because the life force has a purpose to achieve it. That is why it took a birth. And that is why I hired a taxi. I want to go from here, Tirunelveli to Madurai. I hired a taxi. Now the taxi driver is supposed to take me to Madurai because I am telling, go to Madurai. Now if driver takes me to Trivandrum instead of to Madurai in this direction, I have a big problem, right? Because he didn't bother what I am saying. He bothered his own liking. Hey, I know my sister is there. I want to see my sister. Let me go to Madurai to see my sister. Currently, this fellow, whatever he tells is okay for me. Now, the same thing. If my life force is important, of course, the body is important. Taxi is important. Why it is important? I have to travel. That much health, the taxi should have it. Tire should be healthy, pressure is there, petrol is there, it has to function, engine has to, the brake should apply. This physical body should be perfectly physically fit for the life force to do its job, to achieve its purpose. Then I am perfect. But what is happening is, did we understand, did we realize life force is more important than the physical body? Where we fail? Why we want a matching dress? Why we want a tasty chutney for this particular idli? Not this chutney. I want that chutney. I want that sambar. And this is the perfect combination. Even if you provide me a variety of dishes with 15 different items, unless I have a curd rice, my dinner is not fulfilled. Why I have to go for it? Whether life force is important or the tongue is important? Why I have to keep on earning more and more and more money? Why I have to always struggle a lot to get the promotion as a manager? Why I have to construct house there, house here, house there? Why I have to I don't want to go and stand in a queue in a cinema theater. I will call one of the guy there, clerk there. Hey, I need 5 tickets. I am coming there. Please keep the ticket ready. I don't want to stand in the queue. I use my power, my influence, position. And I need good friends. I need connection with the high level people. So people are also important. So we all go after money, wealth, name and fame, power, sensual enjoyment, and people. We go after all. Really, life was asked for this chutney, or the physical body asked for a chutney? The life was asked for 10 crore house, or the physical body asked for it? Everything we give importance to the physical body. So we go after all this, whatever there in this materialistic world. It is for the physical body. If the body dies, of course, money, name, fame, people, nothing is of no use. There is nothing to experience, enjoy. Assuming that it will give me enjoyment, but it is not going to help me at all. So we give the importance, what we give to the physical body, same degree of importance at least are we giving to the life force. So realization of physical body and realization of life force, we have a small problem. This doesn't mean I should not earn more and more and more money. Not at all. We need money, we need power, we need name and fame, we need people, we need wealth, we need home. Nothing. It is required. But the problem is, if I don't get that chutney, I get upset. My mind is not happy. This is where the mind, Maharishi used the word mind here instead of just a physical body. Because the mind is the one who is asking more and more and more money, more and more position, more and more connection with the high level of people or the others, right? Mind is the one who is driving, which can help the physical body to enjoy happiness or to be comfortable and things like that. So have I realized if I have to discover the wisdom, I have to, yeah, physical body, mind is important, but you don't decide. I decide what is good for my life force, what is good for me. If I have to know what is good for my soul, I have to go beyond my physical body thinking. Chutney is required only for tongue. The moment chutney crosses tongue, all are mixed, one mixture. There is no segregation at the stomach. In fact, complete dissolving, integration is happening there. In mouth itself is got integrated, mixed actually. So the tongue is more powerful than everything else because I need the chutney. I need exactly matching, starting from the here to chapel. If it is in the same color, I feel happy because it is giving more importance. So material and all those things are required, but that is not the purpose of life. Purpose of life is to realize the life force, that is the consciousness. For that to realize, I have to think beyond the body level, beyond the materialistic level. Then only I can realize the consciousness within me. That is a second integration. Now, mind and consciousness, these two together, how can I achieve it? How can I integrate it? The moment you come to Sky Center, Maharishi has given a Diksha for Agna. What is Agna? I realize the presence of life force in me. After doing meditation during daytime also, I have to realize the presence of life force particle in Agna or Thuriyam. The moment I keep the thinking here, keep the vibration there, then consciousness comes into picture. It thinks beyond physical body level, beyond the materialistic world. That is why it is called third eye. What these eyes can see it, third eye can see it. If I have to activate my third eye, I have to continuously practice Agna meditation. Maharishi has given the tool, given the practice. Am I practicing it? Even if I practice it, am I able to discover the wisdom by going beyond the materialistic level, the physical body level, to see the consciousness? So that is the first two part. And the third is, it's everything is divinity. As simple as that. Divinity is the basis for all the three, all the other two, right? So now can we integrate all the three? That's the final conclusion after understanding the wisdom. How can I integrate? How can I realize by integrating all the three in just we will use the same example of lady's finger. How can I discover wisdom? Here there are two ways to discover wisdom. Number one, inside me. Number two, when I deal with others, right? So when I think inside, I think of myself. I don't care about my wife first. I don't care about lady's finger, whatever it is. Let me discover wisdom by integrating these three as far as I am concerned. Let me apply that principle in this part. Then we will come to wife. Why she is rejecting it? How can I integrate all the three to discover the wisdom? Right? So now, if I think myself, the moment she says, this lady's finger, what he chose is wrong, why I am upset? If I try to discover wisdom, why mind says unhappy? Is it really for the physical body or is it the soul which is inside telling that unhappy? Now I'm trying to integrate, right? So I'm bringing the second part. Now the consciousness or the life force. Mind is unhappy for what is happening. My mind is, I'm not talking about other. My mind is not happy. Number one, why it is not happy? Because mind thinks the physical body. My ego is hurt. How can she say, how can she reject it? So mind is unhappy. I should not be unhappy. Why I am unhappy? Because The consciousness in me is telling that who is she to reject my choice? In fact, I chose what she chose. What stupidity she is doing it, because the imprints are there in me. The consciousness, the seat of consciousness is imprint in me. So the imprint in me is telling, reject her, shout her. She is not, how can she tell it? She is so stupid. What she chose, I have given it, and she is rejecting it. My imprint is using all the logics, all my intelligence to prove that, stupid. See, you only chose it. See this, I have taken a video also. See this. So that means who is stupid? I am stupid or you are stupid? That is, my intelligence will think like that. My consciousness will tell me, shout her. Why? Because imprints is like that. Now, the same intelligence, the same consciousness, it can go beyond my body level. The moment it crosses the body level, from materialistic consciousness to the spiritual consciousness, why my life force is happy or not happy? Really, does it care whether this lady accept it or not? No. The purpose of the life force is to realize the presence of divinity in everyone. So who is doing it? She is also a manifestation of divinity. Now, if the same divinity is asking me, saying me wrong, then if I integrate, my consciousness wants to go beyond my physical body level, then only it will understand why she is doing it. Now I understand she is doing it because of this divinity is asking her to behave like that, because consciousness is order of function in everything, everywhere. Something is happening, that order is fixed by divinity, so divinity is executing it. So she is behaving not as I wish, as per the instruction of divinity. Now if I integrate all the three in me, there is no reason for me to get upset here, because my consciousness is trying to shout, because I have a bad imprint, I have animal imprint, but I have to come out with a divine quality. That is my purpose of my life force within me, in order to realize the presence of divinity in me. Let it tell, because it has imprint, and that to 800 crores of animal imprints I have it. So it's natural to have that feeling. No, beyond feelings I have to go and realize the presence of divinity. So that is the way to discover wisdom in me. Now, in me, I can manage it. But now, when you come with the outside world, there are people who can do any nonsense, who can irritate you like anything. Not once, every day, 100 times also. How can I discover wisdom? Why that situation is created? God is giving me an opportunity to discover the wisdom in that situation. Life, it's a lifelong lesson to learn. It's not said by a sage, it's said by Albert Einstein, scientist. He doesn't go philosophic, he goes by scientific proof, and he says it. So how can I discover wisdom when my wife is rejecting what she chose, I chose? So how can I apply this integration? Now the first thing is, why she is unhappy, why she is rejecting it, why she says wrong when I say his finger there. Simple. Now if I integrate it, I realize that her mind is upset, her mind is rejecting, because she has a hatred feeling towards me. Why she has a hatred feeling? Because her imprints is telling, we have been married for 15 years, all the 15 years, whatever she asked me to do it, I have never done anything perfectly. Even if she tells that switch off the light, this fellow goes there to the bedroom and there are two lights and he is supposed to switch off both. And the moment, because he just showed the finger on one of the lamp, he switched off that lamp and came. After coming to the bed, come on, the other light is on. No, you said only this light. No, I didn't say this light. Switch off the light. Of course, I pointed the finger. You have to think there are two lights there. During night when we are sleeping there, why that light has to be on? You can't think like that. And she has been going through so much of experience like that. Whatever this fellow choose, oh, you check it. Even if the guy says that I locked the door when they go out, no, you go there, really locked or not. That is the experience. She learned it. Now that consciousness in her working based on 15 years of married life experience and its imprints, and she is rejecting it because of that. Now that is the wisdom I have to discover. Oh, why she is rejecting? Here I may be right. She chose that lady's finger and I gave that. She is right. But in the 15 years, maybe 1 lakh times I was proved wrong. I did a mistake and that is stored there and she is behaving like that. That's the second integration. The third integration is the divinity. Why Maharishi is putting divinity in this along with these two? Because now the divinity, if I realize it, I can understand intuitively that, oh, why divinity is asking her to disrespect me in front of all the people in the shop and all the co-buyers. Why it is doing like that? When I was in college for 4 years, I used to smoke and my father found it and they were telling me left and right, please stop it, please stop it. I never bothered to respect them, I never bothered to obey their orders, and I really disrespected them, I insulted them by following what I think it is right for me. How many years? 4 years. The divinity knows all the records. Now it has to give back, and that is why the divinity chose this particular lady, and this particular lady will insult you in front of the people, and the reason for that rejection is not just because of the imprint she has. It is because of my past karma, what I did to others, my parents, or I insulted all my colleagues or my teachers. Now the effect is coming through my lady, through in that shop. If I can realize the reason for divinity to do that, now I discover the wisdom. Now what I will do, if I do all that, if I can integrate it and realize it, oh my God, what is wrong in her? Nothing wrong there. Now I need to understand, change myself. Oh my God, let me not do this anymore to anyone. I will not give pain to anybody. Now, in fact, she is not the culprit. Culprit is me. How can I help her? Oh, okay, I can't pick up this because she believes that my choice is wrong. In any other way, how can I help her to reduce her work? So, I should not do new sin, and I should try to help others, remove the pain of others. If I can do both, then it's the real effect of wisdom, what I discovered it. In order to do this, Maharishi has given two things. You have to always remember, believe, realize divinity is everywhere. Everything is divinity. The moment I forget it, ego comes in. How can she reject me? I comes, mind comes, then the ego comes. In order to dissolve the ego completely, everything is divine. That realization is must. And the second one is, the moment you realize the divinity, you join them. You are not going away from them. You join them. Earlier we said joining is wisdom. How can I join? This teacup is there. My wife came with a teacup, and when instead of putting it on my table, just slipped it, fell down. All the tea not only fell down my dress, and I'm waiting for the class to start, and all tea is on my foot, and pieces are there, and my leg is also hurt. Some pieces are hurt. I will shout her. Come on, after all, can you not keep a teacup properly there? Now, if I realize all that, suppose if I drop the cup, she gave it, but instead of taking it and putting it properly, I slipped it, it fell down. Of course, all my dress is gone, her leg is gone, my leg is also get hurted. Will I shout my hand, hey, right hand, how can you do like that? After all, you can't hold it properly, you can't keep it properly. I will not look into my right hand, and I will not shout at right hand, because right hand is part of me. If my wife does the mistake, if I discover the wisdom by integrating all the three, my wife is like another my right hand. My father is another right hand. My colleague, my tea boy in my office is like another left hand. Everything is a divine. Everything is one Vasudeva Kudumbagam, right? All are my family members. If I realize that, then wisdom is there. If not, if I, separate it, there is a problem. So that is the essence of wisdom. And if we can, Maharishi has given a real practical explanation and the ways to implement it in our day-to-day life, so that we all can live with wisdom and enjoy a blissful life. So With this, I conclude my today's lecture by praying the divinity to bless you all with that wisdom. Thank you so much. Be blessed.
Be blessed by the divine.